As a beginner guitarist, what are you struggling with? In the description below, there'll be a link. Book a call, 30 minutes, we'll talk about it. I'll help you through it. I'll give you some tips, some motivation, whatever you need. Let's talk about it. But in this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can play a song in any key that you want. By showing you a little chart, just how things work and how things are laid out. If there's a song that you really want to play, and this is especially true with hymns because hymns were always higher than I could sing them. It allows you to play the same song in a different key. It's also good if a song, say, has a bar chord in it and you haven't learned bar chords yet. There are other keys where you can play that chord and not have to bar it. So this is a really cool way to play songs in other keys. They call it transposing. And I'm going to show you from your point of view. Okay, guys, I don't want to overwhelm you with this, but this will help, I promise. What I did is I wrote out a chart of, here's A through G. These are our notes or our keys. And then for every key, there's the notes, how they fit in the scale, and they're numbered 1 through 7. 8, it starts over. So I only put 7 notes. So 8 on this A would be another A, but it'd be an octave higher. So it's just these notes 1 through 7, okay? Most popular songs that we all listen to are some variation of number 1, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, so just think of these as chords in the keys. 3 chords in the truth, right? 1, 4, and 5 is what they mean by 3 chords in the truth. That's the 3 chords. The most common, simplest song, starting with the blues, it's usually 3 chords, okay? So it's 1, 4, and 5. Those are your 3 chords that are in most songs, popular songs. 6 is the minor, okay? It's not always thrown in as much as the 3 chords, but 1, 4, 5, and 6 are used a ton. Okay, what does this mean? Well, for each key in these numbers, each one is a certain space apart. So say for G, 1, 4, and 5 is G. Okay, 1 is G. That's where you start. Okay, it's in the key of G. G, playing a song in G, G. And what chord do you always go to when you're playing something in G? You'll play a C chord and a D chord, right? 3 a.m. Look at some of the stuff I've done on YouTube with 3 a.m. It's mainly those 3 chords, okay? G, C, and D. That's your 3 chords in the truth. And then you have your 6, which is your minor. Think of it as the sad version of your main chord. The E minor is the relative minor to G. E is the sad G. A is the sad C. Look at C. And these are really the only 2 we're going to focus on are G and C. Let me highlight this. Okay, so you've got 1, 4, and 5. C, F, and G. And in G, you got G, C, and D. I'm going to hold off on our minors just yet. So the 1, 4, and 5 in C is C, F, and G. That's 1,000,000 songs. That is 1,000,000 songs. Here where we go. Music is so slow. Okay. Well, I can play that same song in G, and it probably is in G, by the way. The 1, 4, and 5 on that is G, C, and D. Hey, here we go. Music is so slow. Floating down the old man, transistor radio. Okay. I can play that song in C, I can play it in G. Because I'm using that template, 1, 4, 5, okay? And on the minors for C, it's A, right? That's why you see so many songs that walk down to the minor. A minor and C are peanut butter and jelly. E minor and G are peanut butter and jelly. Same thing, do the little walk down. Okay? And if you know the song Hallelujah, you know where he's like, it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift. He's playing, pretty brilliant song. He's playing the fourth and fifth when he's saying that, but he's talking about the chords. It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth. Okay, so just 1, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that's the basis of so many songs. But any key you have, if you do that 1, 4, 5, you can play that song, okay? When you get into other keys, you have sharps and flats, and you have bar chords. So with C and G, you don't have any bar chords in the 1, 4, and 5, okay? So at least those two there, if something is in G and it's too high for you to sing, you can transpose that into C as long as you kind of know, okay, it's the 1, 4, 5, and I know the minors, you know, and you can play that song. One great example, and I'm going to shoot this link up to this, Amazing Grace, I did a lesson on, okay, and I showed it in G. The songbook said G. Well, I can't sing it in G anymore. I barely could as a kid. So at the end of the lesson, I showed you how to play it in C, because it's lower and easier to sing. It's that concept. So I have Amazing Grace, the first verse written out, and they use Roman numerals. They call that the Nashville, I think the Nashville system. A lot of those old boys in Nashville, man, you tell them what key it is, and they just go by the numbers on a chart, the 1, 4, 5, right? They know their key so well. I've seen guys playing on stage, and they ask a guy to come up. He's never played the song before, and then you'll see somebody look at him, and he'll go, it's going to the 5 next or something, and he knows where to go, right? So Amazing Grace, it's 1, 4, and then back to 1, okay? Well, in G, that's G, C, and then back to G. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Okay, that's 1, 4, and 1, okay? Well, on C, 1, 4, and 1 is C, F, and C, right? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I could do it in D. The 1 and 4 is D and G. And then, okay, so amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Okay? But say like for Amazing Grace, it does have the minor in there. It has the 6 on the I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind. It goes to the minor then. Okay, so let's just do it in G. Okay, so I once was lost. Then it goes to the 4. But now I'm found, was blind. But now to the 5, I see. Okay, well, you can do that in C as well. So that would be C, the 4 would be F, and the 6 is A minor, and then G is the 5. So I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. Let's see, I could do that in D. I'd like to sing that in D. Only thing is, the 6 on D is a B minor. That's a bar chord. So if you don't know bar chords, right, you know, once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. I changed keys too much. I couldn't remember where to go. Okay. The point of this is, guys, if there is a song that you want to play and say it has a bar chord in it and you don't know it, or you don't know the chords to that key yet, you can take this chart and find the key that you know and play it in that, or sing it. You know, say you know all this, but I can't sing Amazing Grace in G. Okay, play it in C. Right, and use that chart 1, 4, 5, 6, and you can you know, theoretically you could play it in any of these keys. It would be weird in B because it's got so many sharps in it, you know. But it all works. It's all the same thing. And what I'm going to do, guys, is in the description I've got a link. It's free, but it's a PDF. It's not a handwritten thing. And if you want to just print that chart off, again, not trying to bog you down with things, just trying to get you to understand a little of this 1, 4, 5, this 3 chord and the truth thing, and how you're not hamstrung if one of your favorite songs is in a key that you don't know yet, right? As long as you know the 1, 4, 5 in another key, if that's what's in that song, you can still play it. Trying to get you to play songs faster, right? So guys, check out that link. It's free. Just go to the site, download it, and you can print it off, and you'll just have it. And you'll just, it's kind of interesting seeing all these laid out and how this all works, you know? Guys, we'll see you in the next lesson.